Alright, what's good, the Brock Revolution? We have a video that was suggested to me by someone in my Discord. Link in bio. You should join. This is the most avoidable deaths of all time by Paint Professor. Let's see what they
Philip
are.
Quinn, death by a lava lamp explosion.
We haven't even made a minute into the video and I'm already pissed off. Oh my god. That's so... How do you die by a lava lamp explosion? How does a lava lamp explode? There's gotta be a warning label that says, doing blank will make it explode.
In 2004, 24-year-old Philip Quinn from Washington State was at home, watching his lava lamp do its thing. But apparently it wasn't doing its thing fast enough for his liking.
Well then, get a better patience. Be patient.
Instead of waiting patiently, Quinn had an idea that no scientist would ever approve of. He put the lava lamp directly on the stove.
That's gotta be a crime against humanity or something. You put a lava lamp, an electrical lava lamp with whatever the stuff inside is, on a stove. I'm guessing to heat it up more, to make it go quicker.
To speed up the process.
Not English.
Physics had other plans. As the liquid inside overheated, the pressure built up until the lamp violently exploded. A glass...
How unexpected that it would explode because it overheated and built up too much pressure.
Shard shot across the room with enough force to pierce his chest, striking him in the heart. Quinn collapsed and died almost instantly. When police arrived, they found the shattered remains of the lamp, and presumably a cautionary tale about why household items come with warning labels. For the record, lava lamps
Do not put on stove.
already have a safety warning that explicitly states, do not heat this on a stove. A piece of advice that, if followed, probably would have saved his life. David Grunman, death by cactus revenge.
Why do you need revenge on a cactus? Did the cactus not give you enough water, or did it not... Was it not crunchy enough? Did you, burn it down? Did you just take a bite out of it and it wasn't good enough?
February 4th, 1982, 27-year-old David Grunman was out in the Arizona desert, armed with a shotgun and a questionable sense of judgment. He and his roommate had gone shooting, but instead of aiming at targets, David decided to take on Mother Nature herself.
Okay, this gotta be something. If you, shoot one of these, couldn't, those little specks just launch at you? It might not kill you, but it's gonna hurt.
By blasting away at a massive...
Or it could, if it was, a big one, if you, shot it, it could fall on top of you.
saguaro cacti. At first, things went as expected. He fired at a small cactus, watching it collapse in defeat. Encouraged by his success, he set his sights on a much larger 26-foot saguaro and unloaded his shotgun into it. And that's when karma struck back. A massive 4-foot arm of the cactus broke off and fell directly on top of him.
What did I say? What did I say?
The weight of the spiny limb crushed him instantly, ending his cactus shooting career permanently. David was
I'm pretty sure it would end it permanently if you're dead.
They're dead at the scene. Locals call it cactus karma, a brutal reminder that desert plants have survived for thousands of years, and they don't take kindly to being shot at. This could have been avoided if David had just picked a different hobby, maybe fishing.
Well, let's think about...
Or literally anything that doesn't...
Let's think about this. If he was trying to fish, he probably would have tried to fish a cactus. Let's be for real.
Doesn't involve shooting at 500-pound plants. Hans Steininger. Death by beard
That's a really weird name. Death by beard
entanglement. Hans Steininger was a well-respected mayor in 16th century Austria, known for his wisdom, leadership, and an absolutely massive beard. At
4.5 feet, that has to be a crime in some case. That gotta be so itchy. Let's be for real. That's so itchy.
5 feet long, it was less of a facial feature and more of an accessory, one that he usually rolled up and tucked into his pocket like a Renaissance-era fashion statement. But one day, during a sudden fire in town, Steininger forgot to tuck in his beer before running to help. As he hurried down a flight of stairs, he stepped on it, tripped, and fell headfirst, breaking his neck. Yes, this man was literally taken down by his own beard.
I have no words.
If there's any lesson to take from this, it's that at a certain
It's that you shouldn't grow a beard that 4.5 inches. And no, don't be smart with me and do 4.4 inches. It shouldn't go below like an inch. It actually, right here is as far as it should go.
certain length, a beard stops being stylish and starts being a tripwire. Elena Struthers Gardner, impaled by metal straw. Reusable straws are supposed to save the environment, but this one didn't even save a single person. In November 2019,
You did her dirty, my man. You did her dirty in that photo.
in Broadstone, England, 60-year-old Lena Struthers Gardner, a retired jockey with mobility issues, was at home sipping from a mason jar with a built-in stainless steel straw. But as she walked through the kitchen, she suddenly lost her footing and fell. The metal straw, held firmly in place by the lid,
Basically gave her a lobotomy.
did not budge.
I'm guessing
Instead,
it went through the
impaled her
brain.
left eye, driving straight into her brain. Her
Yeah,
wife,
so.
Mandy, rushed in after hearing the sound of her collapse, only to find Lena making strange, gurgling noises. Emergency responders rushed her to the hospital, but the injury was too severe, and she passed away the next day. Doctors later noted that if the straw hadn't been held rigidly in place by the lid, it might have moved or bent upon impact. But because it was locked in, it turned into a miniature javelin waiting for an unfortunate victim. This tragedy sparked safety discussions around metal straws, because as it turns out, sharp, movable metal spikes near your face can in fact be dangerous. Who could have seen that coming? Jennifer Strange, overdosing on water.
How thirsty are you? How thirsty are you to need that much water?
On January 12, 2007, 28-year-old Jennifer Strange from Sacramento, California, set out to win a Nintendo Wii for her kids. The contest, called Hold Your Wii for a Wii, was simple. Drink as much water as possible without urinating. Contestants kept chugging water, with the last person standing winning the console. At first, Jennifer laughed along with the hosts, but as she kept drinking, she started to feel lightheaded and nauseous. Eventually, she left, telling coworkers she had a terrible headache and was going home. A few hours later, she was found dead in her bathroom. By drinking too much water too quickly, Jennifer had diluted the sodium in her blood, causing her brain to swell dangerously. Essentially, her body drowned itself from the inside out, and she didn't even win the Wii. After her death,
Could have at least gave her the Wii.
her family sued the radio station,
We sue you, okay?
which had ignored warnings from medical professionals about the risks of excessive water consumption. The case ended with a $16 million settlement, but tragically, no amount of money could undo such an
He's still
unnecessary
mad,
and
though.
preventable death. Water is great, just don't drink it like it's a competition. Jimmy Heselden, death by Segway cliff dive. In 2010, British millionaire Jimmy Heselden, the owner of the Segway company,
This guy! He made every mall cops. What do you want? Yes.
set out
This man made every mall cop's job so much more fun.
to test a new all-terrain version of his product on his private estate. With plenty of open land to explore, it seemed like the perfect place for a smooth ride, except for one poorly placed cliff. While navigating the terrain, Heselden somehow lost
This is your private estate, so why is there just a girl sunbathing? Is that your wife or something? Daughter? Rando?
control near the edge, veered off the
Did he get distracted by her? Is that what happened?
path, and tragically plunged 42 feet into a river below. Rescue teams
Tragically, I
arrived,
think
but
he kind of
it
deserved
was
it.
too late.
If he's
The man who
he
owned the
did not
Segway
deserve
company
that.
had been defeated by
He
the
made
very thing
everybody.
he sold.
He made mall cops
This
so
death
much
could have been
better,
avoided by not testing a self-balancing scooter near the edge of a literal
and not getting distracted by a woman.
cliff, or maybe by installing guardrails or just walking. Dr. Jacqueline Katarik, suffocation in chimney. In August 2010, Dr. Jacqueline Kotarek, a 49-year-old physician from California, made a decision that can only be described as bold, ill-advised, and tragically final. She was in a turbulent relationship with a man named William Moody. One evening after an argument, Moody refused to see her, so she took matters into her own hands. First, she tried to break into his house with a shovel, which, unsurprisingly, didn't work. Then instead of calling it a night and reconsidering her approach,
That's not what I meant to
she
do.
climbed onto the roof, removed the chimney cover, and decided to enter Santa style. Only one problem: chimneys aren't designed for human travel. She slid in feet first, expecting to land safely inside, but she got stuck. Badly. When she didn't show up for work the next day, colleagues reported her missing. 3 days later, a house sitter noticed a strange smell coming from the fireplace. Firefighters spent 5 hours breaking apart the chimney to reach her. She had been trapped just 2 feet above the opening. The autopsy revealed that she had suffocated due to the extreme pressure on her chest, which made it impossible for her lungs to expand. Moody later expressed deep sadness over the tragic
Deep sadness. Don't look very sadness. Doesn't look very sad.
accident, calling it a horrendously bad decision that cost her life. This entire situation could have been avoided by simply walking away, or at the very least, choosing a break-in method that didn't involve entering a narrow stone tunnel. Vladimir Lakonos. Death by exploding chewing gum. In
What could possibly make chewing gum explode? Explode!
December 2009,
definitely
25-year-old
doing
Vladimir
something wrong.
Lakonos, a chemistry student from Ukraine, was doing what a lot of students do: chewing gum while studying. But unlike most people, he had a habit of dipping his gum in citric acid to make it
Citric acid? I'm guessing to make it more sour. But pure citric acid?
extra sour. On this particular day, Vladimir grabbed a small white powder from his desk, dipped his gum, popped it in his mouth, and started chewing. Only it wasn't citric acid. It was a highly explosive chemical compound he had been working with in his lab. Within seconds, the gum detonated inside his mouth. The blast was so powerful that it blew off his jaw and lower face, killing him instantly. His parents, hearing the
Yo! Lesson learned, kids. Do not eat explosive gum.
explosion, rushed in,
I
lower
didn't see
face,
this
detonated. The explosive. Hey, Vladimir grabbed a habit of dipping his gum in citric acid and
Feels like an explosion in your mouth. Okay.
rushed in, only to find an unspeakable scene. When police investigated, they found 2 identical containers, one with citric acid, the other with a volatile explosive powder. In a tragic mix-up, he had grabbed the wrong one. This accident could have been avoided by labeling things properly. It also serves as an important lesson. If you're going to eat something, make sure it's actually food. As bizarre as these stories may be, it's important to remember that these were real people with real lives. This video isn't about making fun of them. It's a reminder of how even the smallest decisions can have deadly consequences. So let's respect the dead, learn from their mistakes, and maybe, just maybe, think twice before making any life choices that could end up in a video like this.
Great idea. Alright, good video by Paint Professor. We're not that. I first thought this was a large channel doing. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised. This channel is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. We're gonna watch another video of his, because it's just. Alright, we'll watch this one.
Freudian slip. I slipped into
This
your
is-
mother's
never
vagina. I
mind,
mean, I
let
had a
you flip.
Freudian slip.
What? No. Okay.
Freudian slip. I slipped into your mother's vagina.
We got you in 4K.
I mean, I had a Freudian slip. I said something wrong, but maybe it was something I actually wanted. Sigmund Freud, the psychologist who coined this brain glitch, thought these kinds of mistakes weren't random at all. He believed they revealed repressed desires or unresolved thoughts bubbling up from your unconscious. So when Ross stood at the altar and said,
"Take thee, Rachel."
it wasn't just awkward, it was the truth slipping out. Now, modern science is a little more nuanced than Freud's perverted mind. Turns out your brain is doing a ton of stuff while you're talking. Planning grammar, pulling vocab, lining up sounds. Sometimes similar words compete in your mental buffer, and the wrong one pops out. It's often just a glitch. Mechanical, not emotional. Could it still mean something? Sure. But most of the time, it's not a deep secret. It's just you pressing the wrong dialogue option. Intrusive thoughts. Dip your cock
Yeah,
in liquid nitrogen.
We'll give him
smash it
one
with
more
a hammer.
chance.
Stick
We'll
a
give him
fork
one
in
more
your arm
chance.
and twirl your veins like spaghetti. Say, "Don't be a hero," to the TSA agent while walking through security. These are not jokes. These are intrusive thoughts that people have posted online. An intrusive thought is a brain glitch where something deeply unwanted barges into your head without permission.
Here's Johnny!
It's usually something cruel, graphic, and absurd. Fast and unfiltered, it enters your mind, but it's so far from your actual intent, it doesn't feel like it comes from you at all. Because you wouldn't really swerve, right? For most people, the thought comes and goes. It's weird, then it's gone. But for some people with OCD, for example, it doesn't feel like a glitch, it feels like a command.
Do it.
They don't want to act on the thought, but their brain won't let it go. They try to resist and suppress the thoughts, and that makes it worse. Carrying out the compulsion reduces the anxiety, but each recurrence strengthens the urge to perform the compulsion, reinforcing the intrusive thoughts.
I'm giving him one more chance.
There's a way
Plus
out,
these-
but it's counterintuitive. Don't fight the thought. Let it exist. Studies show it can reduce the fear, reduce the power, and break the cycle. It's easy to put a light bulb into your mouth, but impossible to remove it without shattering the glass. Now breathe. The thought has passed, and it meant nothing. Color constancy failure. What color is this dress? Black and blue, or white and gold? This viral dress divided the internet in 2015, when both Team Blue and Team Gold were absolutely sure they were right. But how we see the dress depends on what kind of light your brain thinks it's in. If your brain thinks the dress is in the shade, you'll see black and blue. But if it thinks it's in sunlight, you'll see white and gold. This is called color constancy failure, a brain glitch that is behind a lot of optical illusions, including this one. Your brain doesn't just see color, it guesses it. Based on context, shadows, memories, it assumes more than you realize. Another example of this brain glitch is this classic checkerboard illusion. And this time, I can actually prove you wrong. Are square A and square B the same shade of gray? No. Obviously B is
Yes.
lighter, right?
Or is it?
Look what happens when I draw with the A shade into the B shade. This is your brain glitching out, adjusting the brightness of square B to compensate for the fake shadow. Even though this illusion isn't about color, it's still color constancy failure, just with lightness instead of hue. Both illusions show how your brain overrides raw visual input using context, expectations, and built-in assumptions. The world is fake, and our simulation runs on a busted rendering engine with terrible lighting presets. Patch it now, please. Sleepwalking.
Yeah.
You are sleeping. You're also climbing a huge-ass crane. And no, it's not a dream. At least not for a 15-year-old girl in London. She was found asleep on the arm of a crane 130 feet above the ground. She had climbed out of her window, walked to a construction site, and scaled the crane, all while sleepwalking. When firefighters came to rescue her, she was still sleeping. They called her parents, who gently awaked her so that she would not panic and fall. Sleepwalking is a brain glitch where your body wakes up, but your mind stays in dream mode. It's like that one
I used to
episode of The
sleepwalk a
Walking
lot.
Dead, where only the motor function part of the brain gets activated, so you can move, but you don't have your consciousness there. And just like sleeping, you don't remember anything you've done, which can actually be used as a legal defense. On June 2nd, 1988, a man named Burgess attacked his friend Katrina Curtis. She had fallen asleep on a sofa and woke up when Burgess, while allegedly sleepwalking, hit her over the head with a bottle. When he put his hands around her throat, she managed to say, "I love you, Bar," which made Burgess come to his senses and stop and call an ambulance. Burgess was found not guilty by the Bristol Crown Court by reason of insane automatism. So if you ever find yourself doing something illegal, put on a pajamas and call the cops. Exploding head syndrome. Don't worry, your head's not actually exploding. It's all in your
That's
head.
an insane name.
No, seriously, that's the whole problem. Right as you're falling asleep, your brain hits you with an imaginary noise so loud it feels like you just got sniped. It can be an explosion, a gunshot, or crashing cymbals. The sound isn't real and nobody else can hear it, but it can still be a scary, frustrating interruption. Some researchers think it's a mini electrical misfire in your sensory system. Others blame the reticular formation, the part of your brainstem that controls the switch between wake and sleep. Nobody knows the exact cause, but the good news is that it's harmless. Scary, but harmless. Just your brain trying out its own jump scare before bedtime. Phantom vibration syndrome. You feel your phone buzz in your pocket. Except it didn't. Even your phone knows you're single. But you could have sworn you felt a vibration. Welcome to phantom vibration syndrome, a hallucination your nervous system throws at you for no good reason. And yes,
Yeah, I
it's
can do
real.
that.
A
I've done
2015
that
study
before.
from Kurukshetra University surveyed 300 postgraduate students and found that 74% of them experienced both phantom vibrations and phantom ringing. I ran a poll myself, and out of 500 of you, 44% said you experience phantom vibrations frequently or occasionally. Our phones have become so integrated into our everyday life that they are an extension of your body. Just like a phantom limb can itch, your phantom phone can buzz. Scientists think it's a mix of psychological conditioning and
Also,
sensory confusion.
go subscribe to this guy if you want more content like this, because this is really good. The first two are horrible, but it's really good.
Your brain interprets random muscle twitches, clothing shifts, or even pressure changes as phone stuff. And because we check our phones a billion times a day, your brain says, yeah, that's probably a text from our lover, let's panic. But wait, you don't have a lover, obviously. You're haunted by a ghost you trained yourself to believe in. Semantic satiation.
What?
Well, anything sounds weird if you say it 100 times. Bull. Bull.
And kids. That's how I learned about semantic satiation, a psychological phenomenon where repetition causes a word or phrase to temporarily lose all meaning. It's a pretty self-explanatory brain glitch. Semantic means meaning, and satiation means full. Leon Jakobovits coined this term in 1962 in his doctoral dissertation. He ran a bunch of experiments where people repeated a word out loud for several seconds, then did a simple task using that word, like translating it, grouping it into a concept, or adding numbers related to it. And across the board, repetition made them worse. Not dramatically, but just enough to show that the brain starts to tune the word out, like it's background noise. It stops feeling like a word at all. Leon had a theory that when you say a word over and over, the neurons responsible for processing it start to burn out, like a button getting stuck. Some scientists think the weirdness happens before your brain even gets to the meaning, like the signal gets jammed on the way in. Others say it's not about repetition at all. It's just your attention getting tired, or your brain trying to predict what's coming next and getting lazy. Either way, the result's the same. You repeat a word too much and suddenly it feels like it came from another planet. You can try it yourself with any real word. Try saying plan repeatedly over and over.
Plan.
Plan, 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 plan.
Plan.
So yeah, words and meaning are fragile, and that's not philosophy. That's your brain. What even is a bowl, anyway? Doorway effect. You walk into a room and forget why you're there. And just standing in the doorway like a bugged-out NPC with the questline deleted, this is the doorway effect. A brain glitch where walking through a door makes your memory go poof. It's
I've
well
done that
documented
before.
and 100% real. It's been studied in virtual reality, labs, even real-life hallways. Crossing a boundary, physical or mental, triggers your brain to update the event file. In other words, new room, new objective. Science still doesn't fully know why the brain does this. Some think it's a leftover survival mechanism, a quick memory wipe to help you stay alert to predators when entering a new space. So yeah, next time you forget what you're doing, don't panic. You didn't lose the memory. You're just loading a new area. Your brain isn't broken. It's just weird. And honestly, that's what makes it fun. Thanks for watching. Now go walk through a doorway and forget everything I just said. Bye.
That was a horrible video. I'm joking, it was good. That was weird.
Into your mother's vagina.
That's a crazy way to start it. Okay, that's fun. That's a great video. Go subscribe to Paint Professor. He's really good. That was really fun. I know you guys can like not see me. That's because my back hurts so bad. But that's the end of it for today. I don't really have anything else to say. I guess subscribe, like, join my Discord so you can tell me what to watch or play. Do whatever, I don't care. Or become a mod. Actually, I need to make more mods, but that'll happen later. What else? What else? Follow my TikTok. And have a good day. Ready? It's the Brock Revolution, and we'll see you Later.